Hello everybody. Alright, so, I know this is a bit late, but Dying Light is, as you know, the new Dying Light is bugged, and as I was playing with it, it was crashing my game, and it crashed it when I was trying to record a video. So, it took me a bit to find out that that was the case, and so I decided to take a breather and play the Demogorgon a little bit and get used to him so I understand his power fully before I go into a video. So obviously we're going to play Old Demogorgon today. For the interest of farming blood points, we are going with Ruin, Thanatophobia, Pop Goes the Weasel, and Barbecue and Chili. So, my first impressions of this killer are, his controls at first do feel a tad clunky, and and his pounce is kind of deceiving in a way, because his pounce, if you don't charge it all the way, you don't get as far of a pounce, which I guess should be obvious, but at the same time it didn't seem like you had to in the PTB. So do keep that in mind if you feel like your lunges are going a bit short. Now, I love the Demogorgon aesthetically, as I mean a lot of people agree. His sounds and his effects are all really cool. His portals, they're decent. I think the best way to use them so far is to place them in areas where survivors have to go out of their way to get rid of them, because the tracking that you get through Killer Instinct, now it's situational in which this is this case is true, but it's usually better to do that so you can sneak up on people working on gens, rather than use it for its Killer Instinct, because the problem is if you're applying a lot of pressure as killer, you're usually so preoccupied you don't get to check your Killer Instinct that often. But then again, everybody has different play styles, so who knows, maybe it'll work a bit better for other people. And the Killer Instinct does have its uses, of course, if you place it as if you're not intending to use it as a pressure tool and instead trying to use it as a way to guard, say, your totems or a specific gen, or, you know, just stuff like that. To me, he is basically Huntress and Freddy put together. His lunge functions pretty much like a Huntress hatchet, and you dodge it in pretty much the same way. And as for the portals, obviously like Freddy, because you can teleport across the map. Of course, the difference is Freddy's teleport focuses on gens, while you place your portals as a Demogorgon. So I'm only going to be using brown add-ons to, you know, decrease his cooldown a little bit on the shred when he misses an attack, and and I can place the portals down a bit faster. Unfortunately, I would love to be using Dying Light over Ruin to practice for my new build, but unfortunately at the current moment Dying Light crashes your game sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Which really sucks, because I really wanted to play with this perk. But, you know, it'll probably be fixed in the hotfix, in which the Demogorgon will also be getting the ability to break pallets with his pounce at base kit. It's probably not going to be as effective as Hillbilly or Leatherface when they do it, because his stun time is longer, but, you know, with a little experimentation, it could be a worthwhile ability and help him shut down loops where he can't use his pounce. And that's another thing. His pounce is good at, like, longer tiles, which are usually stronger versus most killers, but for him, the smaller, like, the still safe but smaller tiles are his weakness, because he cannot utilize his pounce on these tiles. Not very well, at least. Especially the ones on, like, Shelter Woods, or, well, actually, the Macmillan Estate maps, specifically. Those kind of loops where they're like a circle, almost. Those kind of loops, his pounce is pretty much useless, because he can't really pounce around those corners. So you're going to have to just take the pallets and break them as quick as you can. However, at like T-walls and jungle gyms, his pounce is actually quite sufficient to help you get hits if you play the mind game correctly and you force them to go along the loop on a long wall. So far, I'm not sure where I place him. It's still early days, but so far I'm saying upper mid. That's where I'm thinking he is at the current moment. Not quite up there with Hag, Huntress, Freddy, and all them, but definitely around Myers at least, maybe a bit higher than him. I think he might be top of the mid-tier at least. Just because he's got good map pressure, and that alone would put him above most of the mid-tier killers. But, you know, like I said, early days, gotta learn builds and practice strategies with him. Plus, they could always give him a couple little tweaks to make him a bit better. On top of the pounce breaking pallets, which is a nice quality of life change, if not a slight buff, just because of the stun time, I don't think it's going to be like a huge buff or anything. But I'd also like to see it where if on successful hits with the pounce, they make it to where you can turn and actually look around. Because that's kind of my pet peeve with the Demogorgon, is he can't look around after he hits someone with the pounce, which can be really annoying when trying to track down where somebody went. But maybe that's just me. Okay, looks like these survivors are going to like me because I got them a bunch of blood points this match. Got a lot of farming to do with the new killer and on the survivors as well, because I want inner strength from Steve and from Nancy, and second wind from Steve. I have a nice little interesting build that I want to give a try, and I think you guys will enjoy it. Anyone who watches, it's personally a build that suits me, that's for sure. But it's going to take a little bit for me to get it because I have to get a few teachables first. But I think it'll be interesting all the same. Excuse me. What map we got? What map we got? Also, on a slight note, the new party system, I'm surprised it made it into the patch, despite dedicated servers being pushed back. Oh, a farm map, okay. This could be hit or miss. But anyway, I'm surprised it got implemented in, but I almost half wish it didn't, just because it was designed with dedicated servers in mind, and so I've already experienced issues with the new system. So let's put this here, so it's slightly out of the way. See if we can't find someone here. Demogorgon, your footsteps are so loud, like it is ridiculous. Let's do that. Oh, I see two survivors over here. Well, holy shit. Get some extra points with the pounce attack because point blank range can't really miss. But you see, this is kind of what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, it's kind of hard to keep track of people whenever you use that because you can't really hear footsteps as well. But luckily, she's not the best survivor on the block, so let's just smack her. Get a little bit of Thanatophobia stacked up here. There we go. Probably a risky idea, knowing David is probably still hanging around. So David's over there cleansing a totem, or someone is anyway. Let's just break that real quick. Put a portal down. Yes, I do see you. Are you? Oh, it's a Fang Min. Hi, Fang Min. You want to give me some points? Nope. I love how you can fake it out so they can fall into your trap and get hit with a basic deck. Let's just spread more Thanatophobia. Hi, Bill. What you don't realize is I wanted you in to begin with, so all you did was help me. I'm not a tunneler. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to make it, but I got some distance, I guess. Why did I... For some reason I thought I heard Bill. Oh, I think I see Bill's hair. No, that's Nancy again. Well, that's unfortunate for you. I promise I'm not tunneling you on purpose. You're just who I found. I probably should have slugged her just to be nice, but being nice as killer often tends to cost you. That That would have been so hilarious. No one working on these gens. Odd. Ah, I see someone over there. They're in there. I mean, thank you for throwing the pallet down. Not exactly the meta way of using it. Wait a minute. This Bill must be using Iron Will, that or he got a lot more distance than I expected. Fang Min's over here. Let's go get this guy. This guy is clueless. Like, I'm sorry, but this guy is. Alright. Not quite enough. Ran right into it. I need my points. Hi, Bill. Let me see if I can actually track you down this time. Yeah, that's Iron Will, I'm pretty sure. Bill is like the loudest survivor in the game, so... Oh, that was close, but I'm so glad that I got him with that. So let's see. Get a little bit of distance. Alright, so they got Bill. These guys are not pressuring gens very well. And Ruin is still up on top of that. Bill. If you pardon the plain speaking, gentlemen. Thank you. Definitely a nice waste of a good pallet. Claudette. Oh, come on. How did that miss? Tricked her into getting a little bit closer. Oh. Okay, you can just walk into the killer. That's fine by me. You gotta play little mind games like those with the pounce. Like a hunter's hatchet, throw it where they're gonna go, or as I did also, fake it so that they slow down by trying to dodge it. No? Let me just put a portal down. Put that one over there. Check up on my generators. Not being worked on. This one is. Or was. Doesn't look like they're working. Aha! They're going to take apart my portal over here. Yep. You You made a really big mistake, Bill. Alright, they're starting to take my portals apart. That's fine, though. So he must know the Ruin Totem's there, which is fine. Ruin's already more than done its job. Alright, throw it. Bill. Bill. Getting greedy against a killer who knows you have Dead Hard. Shame, shame. So there's 2 survivors over there. I have no portal over there at the moment. So let's place a portal here, but not activate it so they can't cleanse it. And then let's start moving. We got good pressure right now. The Thanatophobia is making them heal a lot because they are not wanting to have to deal with the debuff, which is perfectly fine. Alright, where are you at? Okay, they must have gone this way. They're not at that portal, so they're not cleansing it. I don't know how. I can't find them. Let's go this way. Yeah, they were just urban evasioning down there. It's whatever. I'm not gonna worry too much about it. Alright, let's spread these portals out just a little more. Let's put it right here in the field. They won't see it coming. They must be wanting to pressure gens in this area, because they are taking their sweet time to cleanse portals over here. So they clearly don't want me to be able to come over here. Put a portal here. There we go. Aha. Hangman. So you're the one who's been touching my gens. Well, I do appreciate your contribution to my Pop Goes the Weasel. Alright, they cleansed my hill portal, but this is why I place multiple portals around to spread the carnage. Claudette. Oh, Sprint Burst. I don't remember her having Sprint Burst. Oh, no way. Oh, greedy Bill, greedy. Was that Dead Hard? Must have been. He played that well, all things considered. But you're dead now, Bill. I hereby discharge you from duty. Oh, I need to teleport to that. I went to the wrong one. Shit! No, I hate that. Why? I wasn't even looking over there. Okay. Well, I should have went and Pop Goes the Weasel that gen, but it was... Hi. So you're dead. I hope you realize that. Alright. Throw away that good pallet. Not sure what your plan on this is. Yeah. If you don't have balanced landing, it's not a very safe spot to be, honestly. Ah. Over here, are they? I heard it. Don't know how she got past me. Hello, Nancy. You must have balanced landing. No, you don't. I couldn't channel the abyss, unfortunately. I could have gotten a hit there. Oh, I don't know how that didn't hit. That would have been awesome. Let's try to get that 4K. Alright, so Claudette's all healed up now. So she's going to be eager to go over there and save Nancy. I'll do a survivor game after this. Maybe we'll get lucky and fight the Demogorgon. So let's see. Weird, he hasn't picked up Nancy yet. There we go. So they couldn't have gotten too far. You want to trash my portals? I don't appreciate that at all. I keep forgetting he has sprint burst. It's alright though. Missed by an inch. Probably shouldn't have done that there. Not the best spot. But you know, may as well just play around a little bit. I don't know how that hit me. It shouldn't have, because I wasn't going to the pallet. I was going around the pallet. And now I have Nancy thinking she's Billy Badass and cleansing my portals. Alright, so she vaulted that. But yeah, that's the problem with the Demogorgon's power. Like I said earlier, it's kind of clunky. Well, that sucks. I completely lost the Claudette. because I was too stubborn to go vault the window. I hate those god windows. They're loaded. Oh, hello. Yeah, but yeah, they're complete bullshit. Fuck it. Claudette can escape if she makes the hatch. I just cannot be bothered to go hunt him right now. Let's just throw that there. Let's put you on this hook. Who knows, barbecue may show me where your friend is and I can teleport over to him and maul their face off. No? Well, that means she's close by. Aw, found hatch. I do hate the hatch mechanic. I think it's such cheese, but, you know, it's whatever. Got some good points. Almost 2-pipped. Insta-heal. I didn't even notice an insta-heal in the match. Inner strength. Yeah, typical stuff. Urban evasion, Claudette. Typical. Also using empathy, clearly so that they know exactly where the killer is at all times. But as you can see, he's a decent killer. He's just, the Pounce is, it's just so tile dependent, and certain tiles are completely immune to the Pounce, while other tiles you can get some nice hits and get people when other killers would have not been able to. So, you know, pluses and minuses. So, you know what? Give me a second to spend these blood points so I don't lose track of them. I'm sorry about making you watch me do that, but it's like, I need to make sure. I almost forgot I had Phobia 3. Nice. This new blood web system is really coming in handy. It's a pity I missed out on that survivor pudding, but you know, it's whatever. It was still worth it. I got 2 level 3 perks out of this one blood web, so that's all. Oh yes, barbecue 3. Getting real lucky with the blood webs now. So let's see, which perk is going? That one. So let's go for this one instead. Good choice. And also, I asked the developer directly, the blood web, it's completely random which perks it takes. There's no way to influence it to get 2 specific perks. You can only guarantee the first one. Kind of disappointing, but at the same, but you know, I can't complain considering 2 perks of blood web is still 2 perks of blood web. Plus, it increases your chances of getting perks you actually want. So, you know, all around, it's for the better. I will say, however, I am kind of annoyed that they didn't take the time to fix the issue that comes with changing the survivor to switch to the other side button, because apparently it was bugged to where if you used it in a survivor friends, you could make it to where the killer in your match was somebody in your survivor friends group, which for obvious reasons would be abused to high hell for trolling and farming and who knows what else. So they took it out rather than have it be a problem. And from the sound of it, it's going to be a good while, if ever, before they bring it back, which is really disappointing. Because it seems they took out some nice features just so one feature could be implemented. And don't get me wrong, this feature is decent, but even then, this feature itself is kind of buggy. Like, the problem is it was made for dedicated servers, so it's like, and as you can see, I'm running a farming build here, by the way. It was made for dedicated servers. So the fact that it was made for dedicated servers means that my NAT type isn't that good. I don't have the best of internet. So when my friends are connecting to a killer that has internet like mine, I can't join, and it forces me to stay in the lobby while they go into the match, which is even worse than the system we had before, in a way, because it's like it makes playing in a group of 2 or more than 2 almost impossible. And it really, really sucks, because dedicated servers aren't scheduled to come in till like I'd say around October or November, most likely November, because they said fall. So, I mean, sheesh, man, who knows? I don't know if it was such a good idea to implement it. I could have waited for this feature a little longer, because having it is not working out so far. Unless they can fix it, but I don't know how they can fix it. Maybe they'll have something in the hotfix coming up. Probably not, but at least we'll have a couple of things to play around with in the meantime. Those are my only real complaints about the chapter so far. The killer's cool, and after some practice you get decent with him, and he's got good map pressure. The survivors, they have good perks. Not all of them are like top tier meta perks, but I'll tell you what, they do have some interesting implications at least. Dying Light, I like the rework idea. I'm just hoping it gets a slight buff, or at least a change to the fact that the Obsession gets a buff and is immune to the perk, and if the Obsession dies, the perk shuts down. I would definitely like to see an increase to the penalty per hook, and maybe cap it off at like 4 or 5, like make it 4 or 5%, and then make it to where it caps off at 5 stacks. So it's pretty much the same as old Dying Light in power, just how you get the debuff is different. And then as for the Obsession, like I mentioned this to one of the devs, or at least I think I posted on the forums as well. I would like to see it to where it either gives them a buff, or it makes it to where, or it makes them immune to the perk. Not both, because that's just overkill. And I actually asked a developer about this when I was watching his stream last night, and he even confessed that it's only like that because Dying Light has always been that way, which I think is a rather meh reason, but you know. What was that? I don't even know what killer it is. It's the Demogorgon. Nice. That's what we wanted. Alright, I'm gonna cleanse this Dull Totem, because no Ed. I'm sure he's chasing somebody, so thankfully I won't have to worry about getting ambushed. It's unfortunate he's already lost. He has no ruin, so he's already lost a gen. Alright, cleanse that totem. It'll be so nice when I have inner strength so I can heal off of doing totems, because I do totems like a fiend. So okay. Maybe I'll get lucky and one of these guys will be running better together. We gotta try to spread these gens out a little bit. Don't want to 3-gen ourselves, especially against a killer that can teleport. Oh, perfect. Quentin, laggy Quentin, is coming to help me on this gen, so I can farm more points with Prove Thyself. Nice. Hopefully I can get some saves and or protection hits so I can stack up We're Gonna Live Forever as well. Get the blood point multiplier. Gosh, Prove Thyself is a ridiculous perk. Look how fast this gen is going. And this is without even me or Quentin, I believe, using a toolbox. Like, absolutely nuts. Not sure why they let Prove Thyself stack with anything, but... Okay, so he's placing a portal there, and he's tunneling into it. So I have 15 seconds of where he can't teleport, so you are good. Oh my gosh, this guy is... Oh. Yes. Nope, he's coming back. He's coming back. He's... Alright, he's gonna hit me here. I was completely out-positioned, and I shouldn't have stuck around. I think I might be screwed. Yep, I'm screwed. Oh no! I misplayed that so bad. I didn't even know there was a pallet there. And of course I was unlucky enough that there was no pallet up in the building. Iron grasp, huh? Alright. Not a good start. For me, anyway. I mean, he's got 2 gens left, so I mean, it doesn't really matter. As long as my teammates are somewhat competent on the gens, we'll get out of here. So, Jane wants to heal me. That's fine, I have no objections. Keep your eyes open, Jane. He just teleported. I'm not a... That's one thing I forgot to mention. The fact that he makes a map-wide sound whenever he teleports... I can't say that I'm a big fan of that. Oh shit, stuck in a rock. Like, oh no. Wow, dude. Am I really about to get tunneled right now? There's no pallet here. Oh, pallet. Alright. Lost a good pallet there. Unfortunate, but totally worth it. Alright, we can mind game him at this pallet. Or, not really mind game him because there's no mind game to this pallet. Why are you... Quentin? He's given up. Here, just let me heal you. Oh, shit, no. Why would he do that? Makes no real sense. Yeah, no. Alright, so Quentin's going on the hook. I apologize, Quentin. I promise I will get you off the hook. That did not go according to plan at all. Oh, no. Already coming back to... He knew. So this guy likes to proxy camp hooks. He's also not opposed to tunneling either. Alright, so he's coming this way. We're good. We are good. He's coming through this way. So he's gonna come through here. It doesn't really matter, dude. You can't really mind game this because I can see you. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Oh, maybe he'll get me here. Nope. Some of these loops. Okay, I probably should have gone for that pallet back there, but there's a safe pallet here, so I can just use this. Give me more stun points. Watch this. Oh, nope, he didn't fall for it. Now you're screwed. Alright. I probably could have used that pallet a little more, but you know, if my teammates will get the last gen done, it won't really matter. Once again, laggy pallet drop. Oh well. It's only my second hook. Jane, I would not recommend hanging around here. I didn't even see where the exits were. Okay, so there's an exit way over there. And I'm assuming an exit down there. Alright, so he's placed a portal. And he's tunneling over to the other person. Hey, hello. So I'm gonna go this way. Guys. I don't know about you guys, but I'm breaking for it. And he wants me. He wants some of that Dwight booty. Yeah, he doesn't want me to get away. but it's alright. I understand. Unfortunately for you, this is what Decisive Strike is for. So if this guy could maybe block me, I'd make it without much problem. No, I made it anyway. D-Strike, man. In the end game, it's ridiculous. Oh yeah, I forgot there's a new score for If You're the Obsession, so that actually kind of worked out for me. Got bonus points for that. Nice. Almost 2 pip there too. Poor Demogorgon. Doesn't look like he got some any very good perks either. Oh yeah, and I got bonus blood points for this guy bringing in that bound envelope, so I appreciate that. So yeah, that's a game versus the Demogorgon and as the Demogorgon. So as I said, and you saw it there, certain tiles like those rocks, the Demogorgon cannot use his pounce whatsoever, and therefore becomes a M1 killer, and he's also a very tall killer, which does not help things at all. I don't know what else to really say about him. I mean, he's got the same weaknesses at certain tiles that every killer has, but on some tiles, which are usually very strong, he has a lot of power as well. I guess it's a bit of a trade-off. I think he's a good killer in the right hands, but he's definitely going to be taking some getting used to. It's still early days. Who knows? There might be some secret strategy to the Demogorgon that nobody's thought of yet, or a perk setup that works so well with him, yada yada yada. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or requests, please comment them down below and let me know what you like, what you didn't like, and what you would like to see. In the meantime, I have another video that I will be uploading shortly after this one uploads, and I hope you enjoy that one as well, because it's a real treat. I promise you that. Alright, I'll see y'all. Peace.